Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I hope you're doing well. This week's Parsha is Noach. It's the second Parsha in the book of Bereshit, the book of Genesis. As we know, when we had Simchat Torah last week, we started the Torah over. So we finished one books 1 through 5 of the Torah, and now we're back at the beginning. So we had Bereshit that we read after Simchat Torah, and now we are in Parshat Noach, which continues the story. We had Adam and Eve and the story of Cain and Abel, and now we have the story of Noah. And so 10 generations go by between Adam and Eve and Noah, and the world has fallen into it's bad. Everyone's committing crimes, and God decides that it's time to rid the earth of all humans, and that Noah and his family are righteous, and so they should continue on by building an ark and rising above the floodwaters that will destroy the rest of the world. When we're introduced to Noah, he is written as an Ish Tzaddik B'dorotav, a righteous man in his generation. And this to me is like saying, you look pretty today. It's not exactly the compliment that it sounds like. And we learn later about why Noach doesn't get just the title that he's just an Ish Tzaddik, period. He's just a righteous man. Noah is told 120 years before the flood to start building this ark. And he is told a year before the flood that the flood will happen. And when people asked him, "What are you doing?" he said, "There's going to be a great flood." This is according to our commentators. According to our commentators, Noah said, "There's going to be a great flood. God is going to destroy the earth." He didn't necessarily, tell people, "You can change your ways. You can come on the ark with me. I can help you." He doesn't necessarily say that. He simply says, "This is what's going to happen." And so, for this reason, Noach is not really referred to as the greatest leader. As we said, he is a righteous man in his generation. Maybe he would be considered so righteous in Abraham's generation, or in Isaac's generation, or in Jacob's generation. And so what we see with Noach is the sort of direct comparison to the leader that we were reading about in Deuteronomy and Dvarim, the book of the Torah that we just finished, Moshe and Noah. So Noah is working on sort of polishing his corner of the world. He has his family, his righteous people. He's building his ark. Versus Moshe, who lifts up the people around him. So as we learn, when Moshe comes down from Har Sinai after being up on the top of Mount Sinai, receiving the Ten Commandments, and he sees that the Jewish people have been have made the golden calf. God wants to destroy the Jewish people, and Moshe begs God not to. He says, "If you destroy the Jewish people, you might as well blot me out from this book." It's very beautiful that Moshe is also devastated by the Jewish people making the golden calf, building this idol. And yet he fights for the Jewish people in a way that Noah perhaps did not fight for the rest of the world. And so we have this choice. We're presented with these two leaders. Again, in the Torah, we're not given commentary on, is this a good person or is this a bad person? We're given, this is what happened. And our commentators give us some great thoughts. And we can also, decide what we interpret. And so here we see that Noah is a righteous guy who's going to do what he's supposed to do, but he's not being the kind of leader that's lighting other candles. Perhaps Noah feels like leadership is like a pie or a pitcher of water, that the more you give, the less you have. When in fact, leadership and goodness and mitzvot and the power the power of the things that we learn from the Torah is actually like lighting a fire. That each person, it does not diminish another light for a candle to burn. And so we have this example of Noah, and we're reminded to be righteous people in any generation and to reach out to people and to be generous and to be inclusive and not just worry about our corner of the world. We have to care about others. That's the Jewish idea. Shabbat shalom, everyone. God willing, I'll see you all next week.